On we go. Let's talk about controversy in Major League Baseball, because if it involves an agent, it probably involves this guy, Scott Boras, and it definitely involves that shortstop, Carlos Correa, who's now back in Minnesota. Correa signs the contract with the Twins after rejecting what the Twins offered before free agency started. Scott Boras just had a meltdown. He ripped the New York Mets organization for how they handled the Correa contract. The history: Correa was agreed to a 13-year deal with the San Francisco Giants. Giant doctors did not like the physical exam and the X-rays on a previously broken fibula and ankle problems. They pulled the contract off the table. Scott Boras overnight delivered Carlos Correa to the New York Mets. That would have been a 12-year deal. The Mets did not like what they saw on the reports of the physical exam. They went back to Boras and said, "We're cutting the offer 50%. We'll give you 6 years guaranteed. After that, he's got to pass our option to get the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th year, etc." Boras did not like what he heard there. Then Boras delivered him back to the Twins, where he signed a 6-year deal with options. The options are he has to pass a physical every year. If he gets so many at-bats every year and there's no ankle problems, the option will vest and he'll get the 7th year, the 8th year, etc. But going out the door, Scott Boras said the Mets were given the opportunity to do their due diligence on this health thing. The Mets did not go outside to get other opinions. All the Mets did was get the report from the Giants doctors and read that and said, no, we're not doing that. Since when do clubs share information like that on players they're competing with?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Does the word collusion kind of take effect in this conversation? Is there something going to happen now with Scott Boras in Major League Baseball? The Giants and Mets collude not to pay this guy what they promised to pay this guy. This could be messy beyond what we've already experienced. So Boras was very critical that the New York Mets did not go get independent second opinions. All they did was get the medical report from the doctor the Giants took him to, read that, and said, no, we're not going to give you 12 years, etc. So that's where we are with that story. We'll see how long Correa holds up. Boras, we'll see if he goes after Major League Baseball in some type of collusion, because I've never heard clubs sharing medical reports on a player they were both in on.
Well, yeah, usually it's, there's people accuse general managers of shenanigans with the medical reports going back and forth. But I was surprised that the Mets, just even doing their own due diligence, that they wouldn't have gone to another independent evaluator of this. So if for anything, they could at least confirm what was done by the Giants, or maybe get a different perspective on the issue. But he's back in Minnesota. At least the Twins fans are happy.
Trust me, I don't think we've heard the end of this.